All right, you're going to be working on an Excel document 9.5, which is talking about credit cards. And what we've got here is a credit card situation where you have borrowed $3,500 or you have $3,500 on a credit card. You have to pay $150 a month as your payment. You're charged 14.5% APR. And then there's another company that has offered that you could have 0% on any transferred balances for 6 months and then get a 16.7% rate. So they'll charge you, though, 3% on any balance that you transfer over. So then you got to decide, is this really a good deal? You get 6 months of no interest. Could you pay it off in 6 months? Are there's those possibilities? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be calculating our balances and how long it takes us to pay it off, and we're also going to be calculating the amount that we actually paid for the loan to try and figure out how things work. So we're actually not going to start with step 1 or step 2. We're going to start with step 3. And step 3 says in cell E7, calculate the amount of interest for 1 month. So we have this calculation here, and interest is equal to the balance. Okay, so our formula for interest is equal to the principal times the rate times the time. So the principal is the amount of money that we're borrowing, which is $3,500 in this case. The rate is the 14.5%, and the time is 1 month. So it would be 1/12 of a year. So what you're going to end up saying is 3,500 times 14.5%. Whoops. Times 1 divided by 12. And that's going to give us 1 month's interest. So using our cell references, 3,500 is located in C7. The 14.5% is located in B4. And the 1/12, you're just going to type in the 1/12. So we're going to type in our formula. Make sure you use cell references. And make sure that the 14.5% is what you're going to be filling down. So that needs to be a constant. So you need to use your dollar signs. So again, come over here and type it. Nope, I'm going to come over here and type it. 3,500 is located in C7 times, the 14.5% is B4. And then we're going to do times 1 divided by 12. Now remember, B4 is constant. It's always going to be 14.5% for the whole chart. So you have to put dollar signs around the B and the 4. Okay? So type your formula in and let's see how you do. Alright, so I got my formula in there and I got $42.29 in interest. And if I look at my instructions and I check really quick, they tell me that I need to format that as currency with 2 decimal places. So let's go back and make sure we've got currency and 2 decimal places. That looks good. And so then we're ready to fill things down, but we're going to do something else first. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is calculate our new balance. So we had a $3,500 balance when we started. We made a $150 payment, but we got charged interest of $42.29, which means our balance went down by $150, but then it went up by $42. So my balance is going to be the $3,500 minus the $150 plus the $42.29. So go ahead and put that calculation in here. So we're going to be doing equals the C7 minus the 150, which is D7. Then we're going to add the E7. But we now have a balance of $3,392. Let's check our formatting for that cell. So F7, it says calculate the new balance, formatted as currency with 2 decimal places. So let's make sure we've got currency and we've got 2 decimal places. So now we're going to go back to step 2. So step 2 says in cell C8, enter the balance for month 2 and then fill that down. And we want it to be currency with 2 decimal places. So at the beginning of month 2, our balance is now $3,392.29. We started off with $3,500. We made a payment, earned some interest. The balance is now the $33.92. I don't want to type $33.92 here. So I'm going to use my cell references. So the $33.92 is located in cell F7. So I'm going to type equals F7. So now whatever number appears here is going to end up coming down here. All right, so we're going to fill these 2 down. Let's see what happened. So look at what happened. So on month 2, we had a $3,300 balance. We paid $150, but we earned $40.99 in interest, if you want to think of it as earned, or we now owe $40 in interest. So our new balance is the 33 minus the 150 plus the $40, and I now have a balance of $33,283. So now we're ready to take these 3 things and fill them down. Now we really needed to fill in row 2 before we could fill down. So we had to fill in month 2 before we could fill things down. All right, so look at what happens. So we started off paying $40 in interest, and then it decreased to $39. And then by month 8, we were only paying $32 in interest, and I messed up something. Sorry. This 150 should be 150 all the way down, so we can go back and fix that. Grab that 150, and let's fill that down so it's 150 all the way down. Sorry about that. All right, so we paid $42 in interest the first month, $38 in month 4, $34 in month 7, $28 in month 11. So each month, the amount of interest that I'm paying is decreasing, right? And you'll notice that my balance is increasing every month. So down here at month 28, that's the first month where I have a negative balance. So I'm not actually going to end up paying $150 that month. I'm only going to end up paying the $85 that I owe plus that dollar in interest. Okay? So I don't make the 29th and the 30th payment because I don't owe that money. I've paid off my loan by then. So the first question they're asking you over here is how many months will it take you to pay off the card? Enter the first month that has a negative ending balance. Okay, so you're going to answer that question here. And then how much will you end up spending in total to pay off this card? Well, I paid $150 every single month. So you paid $150 every month. How many months did you pay $150 for? Well, we paid $150 for 27 months, okay? And then the last month we paid the $85 and the $1.03. So there are a couple ways we can figure this out. One way of figuring out how much we can pay is that we could say, well, what if I paid the 28th month? So what if I said I paid it for 28 months? But on that 28th month, I actually got a refund. So I got back $63.44. So I paid $150 for 28 months. Whoops. 28 months. And so that means 150 times 28. But then that last month, I got $63.44 back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 150 times the 28, and then we're going to subtract out that 63.44 or figure that into the formula. That's what I want you to do for part C, is you're going to be calculating how much you truly paid for the whole loan. You're going to use cell references though. So the 150, you can just type 150, but the 28 is going to be whatever answer you come up with for B, which is I-18, and the 63.44 is what's located right here in F-34, okay? So I'm going to get you to do that. All right, so now we're now ready to look at the second chart. So the second chart, we're going to start off a little bit differently. So I have a $3,500 balance. I still have that $3,500 balance. But when I transferred the balance into this account, I had to pay a 3% fee up front. So I had to pay $3,500 times 3%, right? But if you do, if you do 3,500 times 3%, if you do that calculation, I can do that right here, 3,500 times 3%. That's telling me 105, right? So I didn't actually just transfer $105. I transferred the 3,500 plus 105, okay? So I actually transferred $3,605. But I don't want you to type that here. I want you to do a formula. So the 3,500 is located up here. We'll use that C7 again. So we're going to do C7 times 3%. But then what do I need to do with that number? So that comes out to be 105. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to add C7 to that, or I'm going to multiply a little bit differently. But right now I'm just going to say we're going to add C7. Okay? So I want you to do that formula and find our balance here, which should be $3,605. We just did the math. Okay, now this situation's a little bit different. So our interest for the first 6 months is 0. We don't have to pay any interest for the first 6 months. So C42, we calculated the interest and set it to decimal place. C43, enter the balance at the beginning of month 2. We'll come back to that one. E48, calculate the interest payments. Okay, so let's go back to this. So we want to calculate the new balance. So the new balance this time, we could do the same thing that we did up above. We can do the balance minus the payment plus the interest equals the new balance. So we could do the same thing that we did up above, but the interest is going to be 0 this time. So our balance this time is in C42 plus the payment, which is in, I'm sorry, minus the payment, which is in D42, and then plus the interest, which is in E42. Now, what happened is since there is no interest, it just took the 3605 and subtracted the 150. And then again, we're going to bring that 3455 down here, which is F42. Okay. And then this formula is going to be the same thing as this formula, right? And then we're going to I'm going to learn from my mistake up above. I'm going to click this and I'm going to drag it down to here. So each time it took 34 and it subtracted 150, and then it took 33 and subtracted 150, 32 and subtracted 150, and it came up with these balances. But now I need to start paying interest. So all right, so I just realized I made a mistake. So when I calculated this first one, I used that 3%. So when I drag down, I only want to select this one and I want to drag it down, but I'm going to need to go back and fix these 150s again, like I did the last time. Okay, so let's look at that again. So 36 minus 150 is 34. And then 34 minus 150 is 33, and 33 is minus 150 is 31. So we should end up with these numbers as we go down. I had accidentally gotten my 3% in these, and I didn't want that. All right, so now let's talk about the next step. The next step is I have to calculate my interest again. So I can actually go ahead and fill this down. That's not going to hurt anything. It's just going to come up with zeros. But I need to calculate my interest now, and I'm doing that 16%. So just like we did up here, I want you to write your interest formula, but you're using cell B40 this time instead of the 14% up above. So I'll give you a minute to do that. Okay, so once I've calculated my interest for that month, I dragged it down one more row so that I could come over here and select this, and I'm going to drag all that down now and fill in the rest of my chart. All right, so with this special deal, I ended up paying off my loan this time in 27 months. So it ended up only taking me 27 months to pay it off instead of 28 months, but I'm still making those $150 payments. So over here in part F, they're asking you the same thing. How many months did it take? Oh, I'm sorry, they've got 3 questions here. How many months in part E did it take you to pay off the card? How much are you going to spend? So the same way we did it up here where we talked about the $150 for how many months and how much were we owed back at the very end. We're going to do that same calculation here for F. And then for G, you have to decide, would you switch? So I would suggest looking at F and looking at C and deciding which one did I end up paying more money for. If I ended up paying more money using this system, then it would be better to go with the lower balance up above, right? The lower interest rate. But if I ended up with a lower value down here, even though the interest rate was higher because I had those 6 months of free interest, I ended up maybe getting a lower amount. So you're going to look and see which value is bigger between F and C to decide which loan or which system you want to do. So I hope this helps, and you have a good day.